Let's focus, if we can, on this, the highlighting of an expected £15 billion of welfare hikes, giveaways on Wednesday. And when we go into some of these numbers, it's truly, truly astonishing. Can this government really afford a two-child cap? £3 billion. Benefits increase, £6 billion. A benefits cuts U-turn, £5 billion, and a U-turn on the winter fuel allowance, £1.25 billion. That takes to £15.25 billion. I put it to you, this is not a party of working people, it's a party of the work shy.
So look, I think some of those figures have been packaged together to try and sensationalise some of this welfare stuff. I think the government can absolutely afford to reverse the two-child limit and benefit cap. That is something that if they did that almost overnight, 500,000 children would be lifted out of poverty. This is a really serious issue. We've got 1 in 3 children in the UK growing up in poverty. We're the 6th richest nation in the world. We should not be in a situation like that. At IPPR, we've actually put together a proposal of how you can pay for that, because we understand you need to find the funding for that.
Higher taxes?
Yes, we think that gambling companies can afford to pay more taxes. Actually, they pay very low taxes at the moment. Gambling corporations, they pay no VAT.
But how much would that raise? Would that raise the £3 billion?
So that would raise £3.2 billion. So that would cover that cost. And we think that really budgets, politics, economics, it's about choices. And when you have 500,000 children that could be lifted out of poverty by gambling companies, which are actually very harmful industry and pay very low rates of tax.
Well, they generate a lot of jobs, they generate a lot of tax. Oh, you're not killing the golden goose. And also, I'll put it to you, why should anybody pay for people who aren't working to have more kids?
So most people who are in poverty are working. So the benefit system is really a safety net, and is actually a safety net for many people who are actually working. So most children who are growing up in poverty, they actually are living in families where parents are doing all the right things. They are going out to work, they are trying to earn a wage. Loads of people on universal credit are actually working. So it's actually a dysfunction of our economy. One thing I really want to say about this budget, and I want to say, because I also think it's interesting, it's something that Nigel Farage often talks about, is alarm clock Britain. I think something alarm clock Britain knows, workers know, is that the tax system is really unfair and really dysfunctional.
It's about to get much less fair. If you freeze the thresholds, as we're expecting, that's 9 million extra alarm clock workers, middle-class workers, going out to work for even less money, paying for people on benefits. Look, that's not fair.
I don't have a crystal ball, but what I do know is that there's many inefficiencies, dysfunctions within our tax system that mean that incredibly wealthy people and corporations pay far lower rates of tax than ordinary people.
Well, they're all clearing off out the country. Now, record numbers of rich people are leaving the country because they see Britain as a tax doomsday scenario.
We have newspapers that like blowing up anecdotal evidence of, one rich person going abroad. Actually, the data we don't have there to know if that's the case. The only data...
Peter Carl acknowledged himself this morning. He actually said people are fleeing high-tax Britain.
There is no robust data to show that on any significant scale. We have anecdotal evidence of that. When robust research has been done by Warwick University, by the London School of Economics...
Wealth taxes haven't worked anywhere ever on the planet.
If I can just quickly finish. Most rich people generally say they like living in London. They like going to the theatre. They don't want to move to tax havens that they would see as a stigma. So actually, we really do have a tax system that really benefits wealthy people and corporations, and that is where the Chancellor should start. That is what would be fair to alarm clock Britain. And I think actually the dysfunction of our tax system is one thing she has on her side. There's many, many sensible things she can do that would be fair and would not hit growth.